one of those big challenges of enterprise retailing, where we have different systems managing the local operations. Warehouse has a WMS, but then stores has a point of sale system. Then there is an online sale. Then there is a mobile app, and there could be B2B sales happening. So all these multiple systems, there are challenges that we have to work with. For example, like integration challenges and all that. So uh, I'm sure with in your experience, you work with such a big client. Like, do you tell us about what is the strategy? How do you approach such situations where all these multiple systems in the enterprise are working in their own silos, but then they have to talk to each other, and that's where those whole visibility and availability comes in. So tell us more about how you handle those complexities.
Um, in my experience, those complexities are handled through creating a single source of truth for inventory. And it's not the on-hand inventory, it's the available to promise inventory. And that's the place where all these systems that keep track of inventory, whether it's the warehouse management system, whether it's sales through the POS, whether it's the enterprise resource, accumulates all that and books the sales. Any system that keeps records or any system that ensures flow of orders, like obviously the order management system, all those should feed this source of truth with inventory events, and at the same time source ATP inventory from the same tool for their own needs. That tool should be ideally almost real or near real time or near real time as possible in order for it to show the most current available to promise inventory. And it's an important note to make that that inventory tool is not the same as the ERP system that houses the on-hand inventory for the company, for at least several reasons. One, ERPs are traditionally slower, in my experience, to update with inventory, and not all of them account for demand. Whereas ATP source of inventory will account for that demand and decrement the available inventory for those units that are already committed to an order. Similar logic is in place for reservations if retailers choose to use those, um, where the customer is on his or her way to checking out and submitting the order, but they're not there yet. Or maybe they just did, but the order hasn't been handed to the OMS. Some systems use the concept of reservations that happens before the demand is really seen by OMS. Reservations are something that is usually accounted for in these ATP systems, but not in the ERP system. So that ATP system is the best way to for retailers to have the latest and greatest picture of inventory that is there for you to go and generate sales.